Good evening, everyone. I am going to run through my PM routine for the nights that I'm feeling a little bit more broken out. That way you can see all the steps that I do. And I will also show you how to safely extract if you have one of these bad boys. He does have a little bit of a whitehead. I did ice him last night. If you didn't see my tips on Instagram at The Wild Kind Beauty, you can see my little tip sheet for an at-home spot treatment. Basically, icing to take away the inflammation. Second is to use that little salicylic trick to get rid of the inflammation and the bacteria. You can crush up an aspirin, make a little paste, spot treatment. Give it some love, thank it for coming, and send it on its way. So here goes my PM routine. First, in the PM, I highly recommend this is when you really cleanse. Unless you're sweating in the morning because you work out, the time to cleanse, you're cleansing from the day. I know we're at home right now, but I'm still trying to keep with my rituals. I cleanse with Rococo's Deep Pore Cleansing Oil. I love a cleansing oil as the first step to a double cleanse. My second cleanser is going to be SkinScript's Pomegranate, and you'll see why. I typically use a little bit more of a lactic acid cleanser first, but I'm going to do some brightening peel pads after, especially because I'm going to get this sucker. So here we go. 2 pumps of oil. My hands are clean. I just washed them. Pretty glistening. Start in the neck. You want to open up this lymph. And get this rid of any toxins. If you feel like you need a little more, like you really do want to massage this in, and I highly recommend going around close in these little areas that we don't normally get to, and make sure you're really getting here. By starting on the neck and the décolleté, you're really focusing on making sure that you're not just washing like this center part of your face. That's not your entire face. Always finish light strokes down on the neck. I do not recommend washing the oil cleanser off. I like to then get my little quarter-sized dollop of cleanser with some warm water. Again, same movements. Create yourself a pattern. I'm all about patterns. And I recommend cleansing quickly. Not like that you're not being mindful and thorough, but that your movements are quick. Use your knuckles, use your thumbs. Don't forget the brows. You gotta clean your eyeballs. If I had makeup on, I would have done, even before the oil cleanser, I would have done a pass of my beauty pads to remove my eye makeup. I am coming all the way into my hairline. Make sure you get your neck and your décolleté. Everything from here up gets treated with the same love and care. I love the knuckles. especially in the jawline, and light pressure under the eyes. Time to rinse. I have a clean, warm washcloth ready, as you can hear. Okay, we are fully rinsed and patted dry. Now I have 2 Q-tips. I do not recommend picking your pimples at home. However, I know that you guys all do. And if you're going to, then I'd rather you be educated on really a safer way. Again, ice, spot treatment, those are the first go-tos. If you feel like you really need to go for it, and only if you're gonna go for it, clean Q-tips, clean hands, and you're going to take them, and now that your skin is soft, you're gonna roll gently around the area, down and in, down and in, just to loosen it enough for it to see if it'll wiggle out. If you're really working too hard at it, you're damaging the skin and you're going to create more hurt than good. Went ahead and extracted by pushing down and rolling. I think you guys can see what came out. Down and roll, down, in, and roll. That is the safest way to do your extraction as a very last resort. Now, since I have now done my extraction, I'm going to make sure that I clean it really well. And I'm using a toner pad. These are by Sanitas. Thank you, Sarah, from Renew Skincare. These are brightening pads. And they are my favorite way to exfoliate. And I'm going cleanest skin, sweeping in outward motions, to dirty skin. Meaning that spot that I just extracted should be the very last spot, because there's the potential to spread bacteria. I just skipped over it. I did not hit it. Sweeping motions outwards. I like to get my brows and this little part underneath. Obviously, if you are waxing, that is a no-no within 24 hours. Okay, so now I'm getting close to this area. Now that I've done the whole rest of my face, I'm gonna go ahead, dab and hold just to get it on there. And I am not gonna use the same area. I picked a different area on the thing. I'm gonna dab and hold. And these brightening peel pads, there's a lot of great ones out there. The Skin Script Glycolic Retinol also are fabulous ones. Because of the strength and the brightening potential with it. So glycolic, you have to be really careful. It is the smallest molecular exfoliant, and if you're oily or congested, it's a great option. And with the retinol combined in it, it's going to help to prevent pigmentation when you break out. It's also going to help control your sebum. But your skin needs to be prepped for it. It can be way too much for someone who is more like dry and or even combo skin or normal. I prefer lactic salicylic combos for that. It's a little bit less irritating typically. This has all 3 of them. And I believe also kojic acid, so it's a brightening agent. After you tone, that brings your pH level back. This is lowering my pH level a bit because of the peeling nature of them. So I like to let that sort of sit and dry out. And then I do my favorite skin snack, or the Skin Script Cucumber Toner is a great option here. And I like to mist at this time. Bring my pH level back to the closest norm, which is about a 5.5-ish 5.4. But those peel pads always bring your pH level down, and another toner is going to help to raise that back up, and it sets the stage for really good absorption of your finishing products. So for finishing products at night, everyone's a little bit different, but you're doing the work. You want to change your skin at night. So I did these peel pads. That's my sort of like active change agent for the night. If I was doing a retinol, I would skip days and not do it the same night, unless I'm really trying to create a lot of change, and you might get a little irritated. You have to build up to that. So today I just did those peel pads, and my finishing product is just going to be eye cream and a hydrating restorative oil. I do not believe in moisturizers or an occlusive at night. It is just holding your skin in and preventing it from really doing all the like turnover work that you want it to do. Think of a moisturizer simply as a barrier. If it's that occlusive and it's like a heavy, thick night cream, it's really only just holding that in from the environment, stealing your moisture. And in your home, what are you really preventing that from? Nothing. That is fabulous for the daytime. Daytime is protect, nighttime, let's do some work, guys. So I use Hale & Hush's Eye Mousse, really light and fluffy, just a dab. And for eye cream, I see a lot of mistakes being made, coming in really close under the eye. You want to follow the eye, your ocular bone, and no further, because it does travel. Product can travel up to 1 inch, and then it's in your eyeball. So if you've ever woken up and something's like itchy, or you feel like something's in your eye, you might have you haven't realized that maybe you came too close. So same thing, I'm focusing on my ocular bone underneath my brow bone and coming around and really making sure that I'm not coming in too close here. I like to do my eye moves. Being gentle on the lower ocular bone and a little bit more pressure underneath. I finish with eye cream first and then my restorative oil. Couple drops. Nice and sheen. Again, starting at the neck here. And you can do these moves slower, more intentional, really nurture the skin at night. I like to do my scissors here, really shape. Make sure the oil is like really getting in. This is about calming and like rebalancing the body. So I also do a lot of my gua sha at night. I love using my Rainbow Fluorite gua sha in the evening. It's really balancing, helps you tap in to just your intuition and just grounds you a lot better than some other stones. Again, it's all about like what feels good to you. I just happen to love this. You'll see I always work the chest first, and then I'm gonna make my way up. Wake my way up. That works too. You always want to anchor. I'm using lighter pressure here. And being really mindful. I don't do a full ritual always. But if I felt like I had a more frenetic day, I will definitely use this. I'm using the rounded edge for that lymphatic, and I used the comb edge on my chest. And if I'm trying to work on some wrinkles, I'll use the comb edge. I always work any affected area last. I'm gonna do a little brow work. I'm using this little edge. And bring it up into the hairline. And I could do a full tutorial on gua sha another time. This is a little shortened version. More passes and a little bit. That was actually a good thing that I did that. I was using it too parallel. You want it at a 45-degree angle and you're pulling. You don't want to be pushing, you want to be pulling and letting the energy and the skin sort of guide you. Look at all that nice movement I have going on. And I'm going to go a little lighter here because of my little spot. But hopefully by morning, this will clear out. It already feels better. Feels so good. I am much more glowy than I was previously at the beginning, and that is my PM routine and sort of my general go-to recommendations for flow and ritual. Thank you so much. See you next time.